20 years ago, my childhood sweetheart's whole family was slaughtered by our enemies, and it dragged my family down with them. Everyone wiped out. 20 years later, I tracked down those bastards with her by my side. When I raised my blade to get revenge, she went and fell for the enemy's son. She begged me, "Let him go, he's innocent. It's his father who's guilty. We've killed enough people already." I looked at the Harlan family I just massacred, down to the last one standing, then at the way her lover was glaring at me, eyes full of pure rage and hate. I didn't listen. I swung the knife and took off her sweetheart's head. Later, she hated my guts, cut ties right there, swore she'd make sure I died a miserable death. I thought about it long and hard, to make sure there were no loose ends. So I took her out too. If you're not committed to revenge, you got a problem in your head. Folks say, when does the cycle of vengeance end? But I say it ends with me. As long as you cut down the weeds and pull out the roots, there won't be any more revenge stories to tell. I'm a living example of what happens when you don't finish the job. I've been laying low for 20 years, growing from a 5-year-old kid to a 6-foot-tall man, and I've become the infamous outlaw boss everyone's heard of. Today, I finally cornered the enemy. Thinking back 20 years, Sophia Hayes' family got caught up in a feud between lawmen and outlaws, and the whole clan was wiped out. My family lived next door, and just because my old man heard the commotion and stepped out to take a look, he never came back. After that, my house turned from innocent bystanders into ground zero. If my mom hadn't hidden me under the cabinet, I'd have been done for two. Watching my whole family die right in front of me left a massive scar on a 5-year-old's mind. After the killers left, I crawled out of the cabinet and found Sophia, who'd been hiding in her family's cabinet just like me. From then on, we stuck together, drifting from place to place, scraping by, until we ended up in an outlaw camp. That's when my legendary life kicked off. One day we'd rustle some armor, the next a rifle, building up, aiming big. In the end, I answered the call from all the outlaws and took the top spot as boss. As for those who didn't back me, I took them out, every last one. You know how I've made it these years? Sure, I eat well and drink fine whiskey every day with tens of thousands of outlaws working for me, but I've been coasting, lost my edge. Everyone calls me a good outlaw, never harassing folks or making enemies. Facing the kind of insult, today I'm going to show those townspeople if I'm really such a pushover. It was a pitch-black night, wind howling, and the Harlan ranch was surrounded tighter than a drum. "You scouted good?" I whispered low to the guy next to me. "Boss, all set, just waiting on your word." He shot back quick. I frowned. "That's not what I meant." He got it right away, thumped his chest. "Boss, don't worry. We got over 1,000 boys circling the place. Not even a rat's getting out." He paused, added, "Guarantee none left breathing, so your no enemies left rep stays shiny." I nodded, satisfied. Dark night, perfect for killing. No time for fooling around. I pulled my bandana up over my face, torch in hand, led the boys through the Harlan front gate. Inside was already chaos. Some ranch hand poked his head out from behind a door, voice shaking. "Who are you? What do you want?" My answer was raising my big knife high. The blade gleamed cold under the moonlight, flashing sharp, then a head hit the dirt. My voice was ice, no feeling. "First one." The boys behind me surged in like a flood, organized despite the numbers, no mess. Plenty were decked out in stolen Union Army gear, rifles ready, mean as hell. The Harlans had some higher guns, but against our numbers and firepower, those few dozen were like ants under a boot. When the fighting started, the Thunder Ridge Outlaws showed their chops, honed from beating back Army raids time, and again, real battle-hardened pros. Soon, the Harlan place turned into a slaughterhouse, bodies everywhere, blood running like rivers. When I led the crew to the backyard, old man Robert Harlan stood alone, no one left upright. He tried to play it cool, but his shaking gave him away. What did the Harlans ever do to you, boss? If you show mercy, we'll hand over half our fortune." I snorted. "Half? Kill you all and it's all mine." His face went pale. He gritted his teeth. "You know my brother's the sheriff of Clearwater County. You wipe out my family today, you think he won't come after you?" "Oh, is that right?" I smiled, glanced at my top guy, Marcus Reed. Marcus got the hint, rounded up a few dozen sharpshooters, mounted up, and rode off fast. Their target, that sheriff. I've been planning to dig up the big boss behind it all, but Robert spilled it himself. No mercy then, cut them all down, no survivors. Of course, Marcus wouldn't just take Robert's word. Could be a trick to send us after the wrong guy. But with a lead, a quick check would sort it. This was why I dared hit a county sheriff. The whole country's falling apart, corrupt insiders running Washington, outlaws popping up everywhere, folks starving, government too weak to stop it. Seeing the riders head out, Robert figured their destination, eyes bulging with rage. "What the hell did the Harlans ever do to you?" For the head of Thunder Ridge to personally lead a raid, wipe us out root and branch. Oh, he recognized me. Thought my disguise was foolproof. Makes sense, my knife, the way my crew acts, pretty signature. Earlier, talking to Robert, I wanted to yank off the bandana and say, "You remember the Hayes family you slaughtered 20 years ago?" But I held back. That'd just feel good for a second, no real gain. Like in those dime novels, guys who gloat always get it in the end. Why risk it? Why mention the Hayes and not the Blackwoods? Sad truth. My family was just poor farmers, collateral damage. No one remember us. Sophia's Hayes clan was big money, might stick in their minds. Plus, if any survivors slipped away, better not point straight at me. Now he'd peg me anyway. Damn. Failed disguise. I sighed but didn't unmask or explain, just spat cold. You guess. Some things don't need saying or doing. Knowing in your heart's enough. Today, I wanted him dying confused, not knowing if it was for money or revenge. I wanted him dying with eyes wide open. With a flash of steel, Robert clutched his throat, unwilling, collapsing in a pool of blood. Years of easy living made my swing a bit rusty. I hadn't done this myself in ages, but taking out the enemy had to be personal. Time hadn't dulled the grit I had crawling out of that pile of bodies as a kid. Another swing severed his neck clean, making sure he was deader than dead. The screams died down, the Harlan Ranch silent as a grave. I checked the roster I'd swiped from the sheriff's office, one missing. The eldest son, Dylan Harlan. Boss, we dragged the kid out from a hidden spot in the cellar, got him tied in the woodshed. But Miss Hayes. Marcus paused, eyes complicated. She must have heard somehow, came charging in like a madwoman, throwing herself in front to protect him. The boys held back cause of who she is. Protect him? Risk her life? We're the bad guys here, and that's the son of the man who killed her family. My face twisted weird. Until I saw it, Sophia, the girl I'd raised from a kid, shielding this disheveled young guy like a mama bear, glaring around. Though it was just us, nothing else. Sophia? I stepped up, frowning. You want to do it yourself? I nodded to a guy to hand her a knife. No, it's not that, Ethan. Sophia waved it off, voice pleading. Listen, let him go. He's innocent. It's his father who's guilty. We've killed enough. I wiped the blood off my knife slow, yawned. Oh, what? She looked down, avoiding my eyes. 2 years ago, when I went into town, I was starving, about to pass out. It was him. He gave me a piece of bread, saved my life. You forgot. My voice chilled. His old man killed your whole family. Your parents died right in front of you, and now you're saying forgive him? Plus, we've made a blood enemy of him now. It's him or us. How are you going to guarantee he won't come back for revenge? It's his father who's guilty, not him. She lifted her head, eyes dead set. He won't retaliate, I promise. I'll talk him down. I almost laughed from the anger. What the hell was she guaranteeing with? A family massacre ain't fixed with a chat. Before I could speak, she rushed on. Ethan, I know I'm letting you down, but he's the only one in my heart. Please let him go, okay? Seeing her shield that freaked out, half-crazed Dylan Harlan like that, a stab hit my chest. Kid had a pretty face, I'll give him that. Never thought the girl I'd protected for 20 years, risked my neck for countless times, could be won over by some random handout of bread. I shut my eyes, feeling the absurdity. Up at the hideout, everyone saw her as the boss's woman. Me too, I thought she was the one who knew me best, closest. No wonder 2 years ago, after she came back from town, she pulled away. I figured she'd been messed with, so I risked exposure, launched that big raid that shook the whole territory. Turns out, her heart had room for someone else. Ridiculous, pathetic. Time to cut that stupid affection loose. Can't force it, don't bother. I opened my eyes, gaze frosty. You doing this? Does it honor your parents who died shielding you? Seeing my eyes turn colder, no trace of the old warmth, Sophia's unease grew, but she pushed on. This is for love. I think my folks up there would understand. Screw your twisted love, understand my ass. If your parents knew, they'd claw out of their graves, crack your skull with their bones to check if it's full of crap. Sophia saw my silence, thought I agreed. Her face lit up. She started toward me to grab my arm, play cute like always. But this time I didn't let her close, stepped back, hand up to stop. Her expression dimmed. She stopped awkward, turned and threw herself at Dylan, voice breaking. Dylan, I had no idea you were Harlan. That time you gave me bread, I looked everywhere for you, couldn't find you. You know how much I missed you? Why you? Why did it have to be you? I've done so much wrong to you. Will you forgive me? Dylan held her tight, still shaking. If I remembered right, we were here for revenge. So now this brainless woman was apologizing to the enemy? Reality's a joke. As Sophia buried her face in Dylan's chest, sobbing, he peeked up careful over her shoulder, those scared eyes locking on me, like he was burning my face into memory. That look boiled with deep hate and fury. When my gaze hit him, he ducked quick, buried deeper. Ballsy, thinking I couldn't touch him? You really think she'd save you? I laughed mad, voice mocking. Real deep love there. But you forgetting where you are? What I'm doing? If you want to whisper sweet nothings, Dylan, go discuss it underground with your old man. Sophia jumped like she'd been stung, arms out blocking me. You promised not to kill him. I advanced slow, knife up looking down. What if I do? She gritted her teeth, firm. Then kill me first. Fine. Just one word. I raised the big knife high, wind whistling, no hesitation down. Sophia screamed. Instinct kicked in, she dodged aside. The blade kept going, hit Dylan's neck perfect. Thud. A bloody head rolled to her feet. You meant it. She gasped, staring at the head, then up at me, tears flooding, shrieking. I stared blank. What else? Then sneered. Thought your love was precious. Turns out, not so much. She collapsed like her heart died, eyes red, glaring daggers at me, avoiding the head, yelling, Ethan, I'll never forgive you. I turned away, voice flat. Whatever. Then to the boys. Drag her off, lock her up tight. No one sees her without my say. Yes. Next day, dawn broke. Word of the Harlem massacre barely rippled in this lawless town. Even the deputies came to help clean up bodies. I ordered specific. Each corpse gets a stab in both sides of the chest, slash on the neck, and search every cabinet in the rooms hard. Marcus asked why the cabinets mattered so much. I just smiled, said nothing. But Sophia's last words, I'll never forgive you, and those hate-filled eyes stuck in my head. Not heartbreak, just, this woman's a liability. Can't watch your back forever. But not yet. I pushed it down, asked Marcus. Sheriff squared away. All good, boss, Marcus said. Sheriff's coming with his posse to chase us off. Boys know the drill. No slips. I nodded. Well done. Soon a fat, big-eared sheriff huffed up with 30 or so deputies. I smiled, invited him for coffee. So we sat, sipping, watching his 30 heroes in action. They swung blades bravely, chasing my 1,000-plus crew through the streets, putting on a show of lawmen routing outlaws. My boys acted perfect, scattering like rats, dropping gear, real convincing. Sheriff watched, rubbing hands, smiling hesitant. Mr. Blackwood, the supplies and guns you wanted, I'll get him to you soon. But, eyed him sideways. Spit it. He pulled a paper careful, handed it. Mr. Blackwood, this recruitment poster, slapped right on the sheriff's office door. Ain't a bit. Too much. I looked. Thunder Ridge hiring good men. 3 squares a day. Monthly pay $2. Top performers join full-time. Bring your own gear. Sign up 300 yards outside town. Oh, that. My idea. We had guys interviewing outside town. Doing it, the sheriffs would have been pushing it. What? You got a problem? Hand on my knife hilt. Eyes narrow. Sheriff jumped, sweat beading. No problem. No problem. Post wherever. I got nothing to say. Nothing. Good. I eased off. Remember, take care of my future recruits. If they get hassled on your turf, or you frame him, show up missing limbs for Thunder Ridge. Watch your neck. This country's rotten to the core. Land grabs, disasters, president cozy with crooks, corrupt officials everywhere about to collapse. Folks can't survive, so not just Thunder Ridge, gangs sprouting all over. Not just this town, nearby counties are under my thumb too, behind the scenes. Understood. Understood. Sheriff bowed and scraped. Yeah, keep it up. I patted his shoulder. You tipped us on the Harlans. That's a merit. Day you lose the badge, come to Thunder Ridge. I'll make you advisor or something. When I led the crew back to the hideout, bold as brass, the sights along the way were telling. Not the panic you'd expect from outlaws passing through. Villages were quiet, but not dead. Doors and windows shut, but casual-like, not barricaded in fear. Like nobody dreaded Thunder Ridge outlaws. I gotten used to being treated different from other gangs, felt a mix of resignation and sadness. Some even ran up to Marcus, eyes eager. Marcus, you still hiring? How about me? Guy struck a pose, threw some punches, a flashy combo, nearly blinded me. Marcus's stone face twitched, grumbled. In my call, boss decides. Guy grinned, teasing. Small. Everyone knows you're Blackwood's right hand. The recruiter. Give me a straight answer. His yell got nearby villagers laughing, vibe oddly. Lively? Seeing these troublemakers joking with outlaws. No fear, I snorted annoyed. Oomph. Bunch of fools with no sense. Daring to not take us outlaws seriously. As the crowd scattered obedient, I looked skyward, feeling kinda done with it all. Thunder Ridge has shouldered too much, getting called good outlaws. That's the biggest insult in my outlaw career. But with villagers this compliant, I say jump, they ask how high. You're gonna waste him? So I just stewed inside, sulking, not talking. Crew moved on. Only the real guilty types feared us true. Like passing Whitaker's Hollow, vibe shifted hard. Old man Whitaker led the whole village, trembling on knees roadside, offering tribute, 10 wagons of grain, 5 of cloth, a chest of shiny dollars. Mr. Blackwood, tough fight, small token, no offense. Whitaker knocked his head, voice quaking. On horseback, I looked down, said nothing. Marcus stepped up, took the stuff, patted his shoulder. Appreciate it, Whitaker. Stay straight, Blackwood will keep you safe. Yes, sir. Thanks, Mr. Blackwood. Thanks, Marcus. Whitaker kowtowed, relieved. Seeing these two sides, night and day, I felt nothing, even yawned. That's people for you. They see what you are. Marcus, voice even. Boss. He leaned in. Check out this Whitaker quiet-like. Eyes on the kneeling villagers. If it's just petty stuff, neighbors and all, fine, protect him. Paused, voice iced. But if he's really screwing folks over, some monster. Mouth curl cold. Then this protection he begged for today? Tomorrow. It'll be his death warrant. Marcus's eyes flashed deep. Got it. Crew kept going. Behind. Curious villager stares. Whitaker folks collapsing relieved, that heavy chest with its loaded meaning. In this mess of a world, loyalty cuts sharper than blades. Back at the hideout, I didn't go see Sophia right off. Told Marcus to post extra guards, not just the room. Watch anyone near her, especially food and supply runners. Sure enough, days later, Marcus reported. Boss, guards caught Miss Hayes, trying to bribe the kid, delivering meals. He handed a crumpled note, scrawled in pencil. Help me escape, big reward. Tell the third boss. Third boss. Eyes cold. Travis Knox. Yeah, the kid scared, didn't bite, reported it. Marcus paused. Plus, the water girl said Miss Hayes keeps asking about you. What you're up to, and he plans to leave the hideout. I rubbed my coal knife hilt, last outgone. She didn't just hate me. She was plotting, linking with traitors. Where's the innocent girl from back then? Hate and that love twisted her beyond recognition, keeping hers like hugging a lit fuse. Any more soft feelings now, I'd be a fool. I headed straight to her lockup. It was a side cabin in the camp, used to be hers, now a cell. Guard saw my dark face, no questions, unlocked quiet. I pushed in. Dim inside, Sophia curled in the bed corner like a tossed-aside stray. Eyes blank, whole vibe dead end. Door creak, she looked up. Saw me, those dull eyes flickered, she struggled up. Face up, tears silent down pale cheeks. For a second, I saw the 6-year-old crawling from the bloodied Hayes cabinet 20 years back. Same stubborn, same broken. But time layers on, she's her but not. Back then she cried for her folks' deaths, now for a guy she met once. Never got it. We used to be like those romance tales, pure and real. Shared bread, slept under one blanket. I clawed my way up, scars everywhere, didn't care, just to give her a better shot. She'd stay behind gentle, patch me up when hurt, those clear eyes saying she's there. I naively thought we knew each other best, destined together. But it all changed 3 years ago, after she got lost in town for 3 days. I had guards on her, but damn posse ambushed. Fight broke out, my men down, her gone. I went nuts, risked it all, sieged the town, took the sheriff and 1,000 lawmen's heads, just to avenge her. So I don't get it. Is there really love at first sight that beats 20 years of growing up together? Time ticked in quiet. She pulled a small flask and rough mug from somewhere, poured murky whiskey silent, held it out with both hands. I didn't take it, just looked up calm, said flat. His old man killed your family. You don't hate him? Sophia's hands shook hard on the mug spill. She steadied, voice shaky. I hate his father, but that's not on him. Plus, like grabbing a lifeline, rushed. He saved my life once. 3 years ago in town. For a piece of bread? Voice still even. She nodded hard like it was gold. Yes, for that bread. I watched her, last warmth in my eyes gone. You know, back when I was 6, you 5, where every bit of bread, every roll you ate for me came from. She froze, hand stiff on the mug, eyes blank as sec. I went on. You say he saved you? You know the rules when we got dragged to Thunder Ridge? Boys fight to the death, last one standing, girls. Straight to the saloon brothels. Sophia's face went ghost white, body shaking uncontrollable like a leaf in storm. I was 8 then. Voice low, but each word cut deep. Killed 29 to survive. Covered in blood, facing the old boss. You know my one ask? She like hit by thunder, bitter laugh, voice endless regret. I know. You begged him to keep me. I bored into her pale eyes, word by word. So, tell me, didn't I save your life too? She's speechless, tears pouring silent, lips trembling, finally squeezed. It's different. How different? I saw you as a brother. Eyes darting, no meet mine. Him as your lover. I threw back my head, short cold laugh, full of scorn. I snapped down, eyes like ice picks. Then why, when I swung at Dylan, did you dodge? Sophia jolted like lightning struck, whole body quaking. That instinct dodge mocked her deep love ruthless. So, I watched her face drain gray, no color left, voice pure ice and contempt. Drop your stupid talk of love. In your heart, it ain't as big as you think. She white as sheet, lips moved, no argue, just stubborn push the mug forward again. I eyed the mug, mouth twisted, half smile. So I spill my guts, said everything. I reached, but not for the mug, tapped the rim light. And you still want to poison me? After all, 20 years together. After all, I'm your savior. After all, I avenge your family's blood. You hate me that much? Want me dead that bad? Sophia's last mask shattered. Eyes flashed poison, madness, despair from being exposed. I didn't let her act more, pulled an oilskin packet from my coat, tossed at her feet. She picked it up shaking, hesitant, opened. Inside, papers full of writing, statements with thumbprints. She read line by line, face worsening, detailed Dylan's crimes, forcing women, trafficking kids, rape and murder, hair-raising stuff. Even that chance meet, 2 years back, and life-saving bread, staged by him. Iron proof shattered her last hold. She laughed low first, grew louder, shriller, turned to hysterical cry-laugh madness. Sudden, she stopped, looked up with eerie calm eyes, voice airy. Ethan, brother. Can we? Still, brother. That name dazed me a sec. She hadn't called me that since 3 years ago. But my heart, flat. I looked away from her face to the murky whiskey, took it, handed back. What do you think? Voice even. She eyed the return mug, then my cold gaze, bitter smile. I get it. She took it, no pause, tilted back, down the poison whiskey. I didn't look again, turned, walked out. Outside, Marcus stood ready. Boss. Low. This cabin. Staring at the shut door, voice no change. Burn it clean. Marcus quiet a beat, eyes pitying but just, yes. Turn to set it up. Soon, dry wood and torches piled around, hot oil splashed. Torch thrown, flames roared up, swallowed the whole place. Fire sky high, lit half the night, my blank face too. Heat blasted. I watched the blaze steady, the spot full of memories, and her turn to ash. A cool drop slid down my cheek, last tribute to that gone era called Once Upon a Time. Flames crackled. I wiped it, turned to Marcus aside. The ones who gave her the poison found? Marcus stepped close, slow. Boss, got 'em all. Third boss Travis Knox, seventh Jared Finch, kitchen old Pete, and your maid Lily Green. Guard Jimmy Sparks confessed too. She tried contacting Knox through him. Good. Voice ice. Call all leaders and camp boys. Muster at the parade ground. Parade ground torchlit. Thousands stood silent. Tense air thick. Travis, Jared, old Pete, Lily bound tight, knelt below the platform center. Jimmy pressed aside, face ashen. I climbed the platform, scanned the dark crowd. Boys. Voice not loud, but clear across. Gathered to clean house. Crowd breath held. Third boss Travis Knox. Pointed at kneelers. Colluding with enemies. Linking Harlan remnants. Dared supply prisoner Sophia. Haze poison to kill your boss. Seventh boss Jared Finch. Kitchen old Pete. Neglect. Knew and didn't report. Aided evil. Made Lily Green. Traitor. Passing messages. Guard Jimmy Sparks. Weak will. Almost caused disaster. Each name. Gasps below. By Thunder Ridge Code. Voice rose. Killing intent. Collude with foes. Harm kin death. Kin to. No. Boss mercy. Travis thrashed yelling. One mistake. For old times. Old times. Cold laugh cut him. You thought of that giving her poison to kill me? Dregi. Marcus waved. Tough executioners forward. Ignored cries. Blades fell. Thud. 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 For heads rolled. Blood sprayed. Jimmy slumped. Messed himself. Jimmy Sparks. Looked at him. You came clean quick, reported. Death spared. 100 lashes. Complaints. Teach thanks, boss, none. Jimmy sobbed, dragged off. On platform, eyed the silent crowd. See clear. That's betraying the Thunder Ridge. Betraying Ethan Blackwood. Don't care if you're lawman, outlaw, soldier, civilian. Join us, follow my rules. Reward merit, punish wrong. Traitors, that's your example. Ground dead, quiet, only torch crackles. All shocked by the swift justice. eyes on me full of awe and fear. The fire burned all night, turned the cabin and all in it to ash. I stood on the highest lookout, overlooking the camp waking in dawn and distant wildlands. Marcus quiet behind. Marcus! Boss! Harlan's gone. Traitors cleaned. Threats ended. Slow even. But this chaos? Just starting. Marcus sharpened. Boss meaning? The union's done. Gaze far. President blind. Insiders corrupt. Crooks everywhere. People suffering. Uprisings all over. You think Thunder Ridge stays safe long? This. Marcus thoughtful. Better hit first than wait. Turned. Eyes wild, ambition sharp. We strike out. 20 years blood debt ends with me. But my path. Just begun. This world's dog eat dog. I'll plant Thunder Ridge flags across these lands. Make sure no one dares cross, humiliate, or treat me like dirt. Patted his shoulder firm. Orders from today, no more hiding in the hills. Recruit, stock food, forge weapons. Make the Union remember Ethan Blackwood. Carve out our own clear skies. Marcus on my drive, blood pumping, fist up loud. Yes, boss, I'll follow to the death. Sun burst out, gold rays broke clouds, hit my tall figure, lit the land below set to boil because of me. Revenge chapter closed, but the fight for dominance? Just begun. Story complete.